Welcome to the NAB Show 2026, where broadcast, media, entertainment and technology professionals converge right here in Las Vegas. Well, here we are, day one of NAB 2026 in Las Vegas. Simen, it is fabulous to see you as always.
It is fantastic to be back here in Vegas, and thank you, Sarah. You know, the industry is changing by the minute, and for this show there is some tremendous kind of news, because now everybody is working together to go for a software future. We were very happy to be part of the NAP's launching of their platform, and our equipments are now completely, scalable within their platform to be orchestrated in one single kind of instance, running on generalistic servers. We believe this is super important. And then we see, of course, that 2110 is now a de facto, that's what everybody needs. SDI is not really going to recuperate from this, which is also very good. But the most important thing is that everything moves towards software.
And you're still delivering when it comes to monitoring, to analyzing and visualizing for a vast number of customers now.
We pretty much dominate, which is a bit bragging, but it's kind of true. Yeah. And the cool thing there is that you just cannot run an operation without having objective data around. You need to know how all your flows, all your media, all your audio, all of your data sources, how they behave. And remember, there's a lot of talk about AI, there's a lot of talk about automation, which is great, but AI is like garbage in, garbage out. So you need better data to be able to utilize AI in a sensible way. And we want to be that provider to provide all of these objective data so that people can utilize this new technology to their benefit.
Well, that's it. AI is here to stay and people are using it, but you provide that trust and that understanding.
And that's so important because, again, garbage in, garbage out. So you need to have the high quality data sources to be able to use AI for something productive. And we believe that is very, very, very important. And we are very happy to be part of a lot of these initiatives. And that's very exciting.
And here in Las Vegas, have you lots of people coming to the stand, lots of new customers, existing customers?
I'd say that nearly all of our US existing customers, they're here, which is great. This is a great meeting place, and that's what we need in the industry.
Yeah, and it's about being that thought leader in the industry too. Where do you fit in there, Simen?
Well, we've always been part of the standards organizations. We're members of SMPTE, we're members of Video Services Forum, we're members of AMVA for the NMOS, we're members of AIMS, we're members of IBM, we're members of Ravenna. We're pretty much members of everything, and we contribute. We're part of the Joint Task Force for Dynamic Media Facility, the DMF. So we're in there because we want to make sure that the future is dominated by the good stuff. And the only way to actually create a good future is to create it yourself.
What can we see on the stand?
You'll see examples of all of our products. Everything is done remotely, because that's the cool thing. You can now do anything with a web browser. And that means you can have full motion video from anywhere. And we are running this from our data centers, both here in the US and back in Europe. So everything is displayable.
Now you're innovating all of the time, but as I said before, you're providing that trust for your customers. Yes. Where are we heading next, do you think?
I believe that we're heading towards less devices. We are heading towards less complexity. To be able to create less complexity, you need actually to make more complex stuff. And that's what's happening now with software. So it's a bit unusual for the media industry to be so IT dependent, but it's a good thing. It means that you have fewer technology bits and more commonality. And that's super important because cost needs to go down. And also training of personnel and all of these stuff needs to be simplified. So we're contributing a lot to that.
What about, the fear that people are going to lose jobs as a result of that? Is that something that you are concerned about?
Well, I am. And the reality now in broadcast is that for normal broadcast, there's kind of like 50% of the freelancers are without work. That's happening right now. But media consumption is increasing. So I think that all of the media workers need to readjust to be better at generalistic tasks more than expertise. That's what's going to change, but I see a bright future for media.
And a very bright future for you as well, I'm sure, Simen.
Well, I sure hope so. I think that, we're into all of these different nice parts. As I said, objective data never goes out of fashion because it will fuel the next generation of intelligent tools.
Okay. Simen, have a great show. Great to catch up with you.
Thank you, Sarah.